I've got this Terra Knives Hunter in magnacut. I'm going to unbolt these jade natural G10 handles, and we are going to dye them with the RIT Dye More synthetic daffodil yellow fiber dye. So we've got our water almost to a full rolling boil. What I'm going to do now is add the liquid dish detergent. The back of this bottle says to add 1 teaspoon of detergent. That's going into, they're saying 3 gallons of water, so I'll put a little less than a teaspoon in there. I'm not going to miss the dish detergent. As we've added this liquid detergent, it has slightly increased the surface tension of the water. So the bubbles that are boiling at the bottom are actually much smaller, and we've got much less surface disturbance.
Shake well. Maintain high temperature.
Okay, so I've just added the dye, and I'm not totally convinced by the color. It's a little bit brown watery. I'm sure that it's going to dye because that's what it does. I might add just a little bit more to be sure my concentration is high. I went ahead and stirred the dye a little bit just to be sure that it's mixed well. Of course, you see it boiling, so that shouldn't be a problem. This is the setup I've landed on. Got this stainless steel straw with my bobby pin hooks and G10 in the dye water. There's still a lot of natural jade G10 color to this, and I think that might be simply due to the thickness of the scales. These probably aren't going to come out a super bold yellow just because they aren't very thin. I think what I'm going to wind up with is this sort of mustardy, kind of greenish yellow. I've just pulled this one out of the dye water. It definitely took some of the yellow, so it is coming through. I could probably get away with leaving it in some more, and I may do that. But after about 20 minutes, this is sort of the result. But yeah, you really can't hurt it by leaving it in longer. It'll just take a little bit more dye. But eventually, I'm sure you kind of reach a critical mass. I don't know if I'll get more yellow out of it than this. We'll see. My dye looks particularly brown at this point, and it's because I've added a little bit more dye. The concentration is higher than it needs to be, but I thought maybe it would save me some time if I increased the concentration and kept the temperature high. So here we are at around 5 minutes, and as you can see, it is taking some of the color. We are nearing the 20-minute, more than 20-minute mark. Not a ton of depth, but I'm thinking it's probably the best it's gonna get. I'm gonna pull this out. I will add this other one to it and give them another soak, and then we'll pull everything out, rinse it off, dry it off for assembly. These all together, I think, have spent probably a little more than a half an hour, 35 minutes in this simmering RIT dye. I have faith that it will look not stupid. Okay, here we are. One last dip for good measure. And then into the rinse. Ow, fuck. This is how they're looking. Snug, but not over tightened. It's like booger color, bile, urine, vomit, a rancid ultim. And I don't know why, I guess I'm thinking of all these like horrible, disgusting names, but definitely stands out. It's the most unexpected result, I'll put it that way. Next time I'll probably go with pink or orange. The old urine G10.